Bismillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah amma ba'd. This is Arabic class number 6. الدرس السادس. هذه هذا بن حامد وهذه بنت ياسر. ابن حامد جالس وبنت ياسر واقفة. من هذه؟ هذه أخت مهندسي. أهي عيد مهندسة؟ لا، هي طبيبة. سيارة من هذه؟ هذه سيارة مديري. ما هذه؟ هذه مكوة. لمن هذه؟ هذه لخالد. الدراجة أنس هذه؟ لا، هذه دراجة أمار. هذه جديدة. هذه ساعة علي، هي جميلة جدا. هذه ملعقة وهذه قدر. ملعقة في القدر. هذه بقرة فلاح. هذا أنف وهذا فم. هذه أذن وهذه عين. وهذه يد وهذه رجل. This chapter 6 is going over today. First, it's going over the هذه and the meaning of هذه. هذه means اسم إشارة المؤنث للقريب ومشاري إليه مفرد ومؤنث. هذا is a noun which points to that which is feminine, and it has to be near. And it also has to be mufrad, singular, when it's dealing with هذه. This is the same way as you do in the previous classes when we did هذا and we did ذلك. The same thing applies to this هذه. مثلا هذه إذاعة. هذه إذاعة. This is a radio. إذاعة in Arabic means radio. And the second point which it went over is علامة تأنيث في اسم تاء مربوطة في غائب. And that the sign for something, for a noun to be feminine, is the tar marbuta in the consensus, in the majority, ghaib, in the majority. And some people of the Arabic language say that it means the majority. Mathalun, tabibun, a male doctor. Tabibatun, a female doctor, with the addition of tar marbuta. And the qaida for that is qaidatu يؤنث اسم بإضافة تاء تأنيث. تاء التأنيث. And that the qaida is the feminine nouns is have the addition of the ta of femininity. التاء تأنيث. التاء تأنيث. And another thing that this chapter was going over is المذكر والمؤنث من أعضاء جسمي. The masculine and the feminine body parts. The masculine and the feminine body parts. And it says, ما كان واحدا فهو مذكر في الغالب. And that the body parts, meaning talking about the body parts, when it is one, then it is considered masculine with the consensus or with the majority. An example of that is ratsu. When you use ratsu, you'll say هذا ratsu, the head, ratsu. هذا ratsu, or anfu, the nose. You'll say هذا anfu, or هذا أنفك كبير. That's your nose, this is your nose and it's big. This is your nose and it's big. هذا أنفك كبير. This is your nose and it's big. الفم هذا فم. بطن is the stomach. هذا بطن. Whatever indication shows the indication of masculine, then this is what is used before using any of these. Ratsu is the head, anfu is the nose, famu is the mouth, and batnu is the stomach. And the second one is ما كان مزدوجا فهو مؤنث في الغالب. And that which is 2, then it's considered to be feminine in the majority. An example of that is Ainu, هذه عين, وأذن هذه أذن, يد هذه يد, رجل هذه رجل. And Ainu is the eyes. Udhun is the 2 ears. Yaddu is the 2 hands. Rijlu is the legs. And the second benefit that he gives in this chapter is Al-Qaida, Inna Alafu, in Al-Falam, Tuhzafu Inda Dukhulu Lam. Inda Dukhulu Lam. When lam is introduced into a word, then the aleph in that word is taken away. Like you'll get an example in this when it says in the beginning of it, in the beginning of the lesson, not in the beginning, and on the second page it says, Liman hadihi li Khalidin, or well, that's the only place it says it in the chapter. And that lam is inna lama harfu jar. That this lam is one of the lambs of harfu jar. This lam is one of the lambs of harfu jar. Lambs of harfu jar. So if you have a word and you enter that lam, and then the aleph is taken away. The aleph is taken away. And another example of that aleph, that lam with jar. Another example of that lam with jar is liman hadihi hadha li mudarrisi, hadha li mudarrisi, hadi li mudarrisi. That this belongs to the teacher. That this belongs to the teacher. And when you put that lam jar, you're indicating that you know who the teacher is, which means originally, if that lam was not placed there, then it will be alif lam. It will say al-mudarrisu, the teacher. But since it's already known, and if that lam jar is put there, then you know that it's already known that they know who teacher they're talking about. As was mentioned in the previous class, that al-nakir al-ma'rifa is that when you have something that has alif lam, then it's something or somebody that is known. But if it's in a general case, then it's without the alif lam. But in this case, a lam jar, that is known, that the person who you're talking about is known. Like for example, liman hadihi li Khalidin, because they already know it's Khalid. But we're dealing with something that may personally be somebody that may not be generally known, like a teacher or doctor, mudarris, tabib, muhandis, ustaz. All of them, sometimes they may not be known who they are. So what if you add that lam with jar into it, then you definitely would know what this person and who is talking about. At-Tamarin, Ikra waqtu, read and write. Inshallah, when you do Arabic, one of the 3 focuses that you see is that 3 things you must definitely perfect. You got to perfect your reading, you got to perfect your writing, and you got to perfect your listening, and one more, you got to perfect your speaking. These 4 things, if you perfect them, then you definitely will understand the Kitab of Allah and the Sunnah of the Messenger in the statement of the ulama. In the statement of the ulama.